For CLS, they already have taken a 1-0 lead over the Saigon Heat, ranked at number 5. Hong Kong Eastern ditto, the number 17, pulling the upset over San Miguel a la Filipinas. And Singapore Slingers against the Macau Black Bears here, 3-6. By the way, happy birthday to John Fields. He just turned, was it 31 yesterday? So happy birthday to John Fields. As we look at some of the teams still coming in here, or the fans still coming in here, and the mascot, you're late as well. Singapore fans stylishly late. We're expecting a full capacity house here. Chuck Schreiner and Scott McKinnon, so happy you can spend part of your Sunday afternoon with us here at the OCBC Arena as we look at the bench of the Singapore Slingers as they are about ready to do battle with these visiting Macau Black Bears. As we said, Macau and Singapore have met 2 times already during the season. And good news for Singapore, at least. Of course, this is the playoffs, so all bets are off as we look at some of the Macau Black Bears being introduced right now. Singapore, the 98-88 winners over at Macau. That was back in November. That was right here at the OCBC Arena. And then away on March 20th. Singapore again winning 89-70 as we look at some of the role players on the Macau Black Bears team. They are a good team, Scotty. They are very, very quick in the open court. Of course, they boost Mike McKinney. The bad news for them, Anthony Tucker, their all-purpose guy, their guard, off guard, who was really the engine of this team, is gone with a serious ankle injury. But nevertheless, they went out and got DeWarwick Spencer, and he has been nothing sort of sensational since he's entered the lineup. 36 years of age, he's averaged over 28 points a game now as we get ready to introduce the Singapore Slingers. Here are their role players. There is Jun Lim, the 21-year-old defensive specialist. There is Tae Din Lun, 24-year-old, 6-foot guard. And number 8 in here. Number 17, Ung Han Bin. Now he has been hot, Scotty, the last couple of games. He has averaged 9-10 points a game. He has found his stride just in time. Russell Lowe, the all-purpose fill-in for the number 4 and number 5 position. He had a tremendous game a couple of games ago in a losing cause against CLS. That's Russell Lowe. The young guy, crowd favorite, the Lavin Raj, the 18-year-old, 6'7", 305 pounds. Still obviously just learning the game, but should the game get out of hand, he might be somebody to keep your eye in. Desmond O, he will be a starter. 32 years of age. He has been with Singapore since its inception. Still can get a hand in your face. Very, very good on the defensive end. John Fields leads the team in points and rebounds, 22.4 points a game, 10.9 or 11.9 rebounds. Jaron Young, what a fabulous last couple of weeks he has had, Scott. He's scored 35 points in the last game against Mono Vampire. Xavier Alexander, obviously an MVP possibility, almost averages a triple-double, 21.6 points a game, 8.4 boards, 7.8 assists. Delvin Go, one of the more improved players, local players in the league. He can play the high or low post, averaging 7.6 points a game and 7 boards. So those are your 2 teams, Scott. And I'll tell you what, talk about a team of contrast. Singapore, the team in control, leading defensive team in the league against the best offensive team in the league, on paper at least.
Yeah, and we talk about the Macau Black Bears' offense, and their potent offense, averaging 100.8 points per game, first in the league. You need to get a stop on these guys.
Okay, before the game, we talked to some of the players and coaches, and here's what they had to say.
Well, I think they're feeling good, and I think confident, and they are pumped up. You know, this is the first home game, playoff home game. I think we have to focus on what we're supposed to bring during the game, and I think we'll be good.
It's always hard to play in Singapore. It's the playoffs. Last season, you know, we did really well in the regular season, and then we lost right away. So I tell the guys, you know, it's a new start, and coming here, it's going to be tough. Hope the better team wins.
Should be a good game, should be a great series. You know, it's playoff basketball, so, you know, you don't have to make players have intensity or anything in a game like this. You know, you should come out and be very confident and, you know, try to go to the things that make you successful, and that's what we're going to look to do here tonight.
I think that we have a lot more that we can do. Just as a team, we haven't played to our best capabilities. So, you know, we just got to execute and, you know, do what we do, and hopefully we get the win.
Okay, thank you guys. The starting lineup for the Macau Black Bears: Scotty Jennings-Leong, Ryan Watkins, Michael McKinney, Tian Song Tian. A little bit of a surprise there to start. They're going to have him mix it up downstairs with a couple of Singapore bigs, and DeWarwick Spencer. We talked about him, the 36-year-old, been brought in to take the place of Anthony Tucker. So this is a team, Scotty, that gets up and down the floor in a hurry. We looked at the previous game between these two, March 20th. Singapore winning this one going away. So we watch in white, that is the Macau Black Bears. Watkins doing his work downstairs, but he can also hit from outside, as evidenced by that right there, getting a mismatch and taking care of business on the inside there. McKinney back out to Watkins, and Watkins finishing with 23 points a game. So Watkins, one of the guys that will be called upon to match up with John Fields. As we look at Mike McKinney, led the league in scoring, 27.4 points a game. However, he was held to 12 points, Scotty, in that game against Singapore away. Singapore doing a job on him. In particular, Jaron Young, who drew him on defense. And that is some of the misses that Mike McKinney had. Look at the Fields coming over to provide the weak side help as we look at the starting lineup for the Slingers: Young, Desmond O, Xavier Alexander, Delvin Go, and John Fields, as is the norm for Singapore. That has been their starting lineup for about the last 4 or 5 games. And Singapore's last game, that was right here at the OCBC Arena, March 24th, in a game against Mono Vampires. Singapore wins this 100-88. They led from start to finish, out rebounding Mono Vampires 55-43. And Alexander, some of his 26 points, 8 rebounds and 10 assists, 2 steals, almost on the verge of getting another triple-double. That would have been his 5th. He had a triple-double in the last game that he played away against Macau. So Jaron Young, a player to watch. Scotty, he has been on fire lately, Jaron Young.
Yeah, what can you say about Jaron Young? And not only offensively, 35 points last game, his defensive assignment this matchup, and it's going to be unbelievable because he has to guard Mike McKinney, the leading scorer in the ABL. So look for a lot from Jaron Young in these games.
Okay, so Jaron Young and the Singapore Slingers getting ready to do battle. The fans are here. Hope you're here at home and ready to enjoy. We're certainly here, so let's do it at the OCBC Arena. As we look at Watkins and the Macau Bears in black against the white-clad Singapore Slingers. Again, Chuck Schreiner and Scott McKinnon, so happy that you could join us on part of your Sunday afternoon playoff basketball here in the ABL. Mouth-watering matchup against the best defensive team in the league and the best offensive team on the league, at least as far as putting points on the board. Macau Black Bears going against the Singapore Slingers, and we are off. Ball controlled by Singapore. Desmond O in the backcourt, switching the ball over to Alexander on the right-hand side. Jaron Young, bounce pass inside to Fields. Fields working against Watkins, looking for cutters as Fields. Fields trying to turn the corner, can't. Back outside it goes to Fields, to Jaron Young. Back out again to Alexander. Left side shot put up by Desmond O was off the mark, and Watkins there to clean it up for the first rebound for the Macau Black Bears. And here they come right off the dribble is DeWarwick Spencer, the guy we talked about, Scotty. Long 3 by McKinney is off the mark, so down come the Singapore Slingers, giving it to Alexander, and wow, what control in the air, rolling to the basket.
And that's Singapore at their best, defense to offense. Xavier Alexander attacking the rim. Singapore has that advantage inside. It's awesome to see them playing in the paint here to start.
McKinney off the dribble, back up jumper. Wow, getting the jump on number 12, Jaron Young there, leaving him in his tracks. That opened up things inside for Watkins to get the step on Fields. Fields now turning around, back outside. Jaron Young around the screen. Over to Fields again. Fields can hit from there and does.
He shot it way better from that in the last few games, Chuck. Stepping out in that pick and pop, shooting the high post jumper. John Fields looks engaged to start the game. This is a really good thing.
He always takes his matchups personally, so him and Watkins will be a matchup to watch. McKinney over to Spencer, back rims that one, high off the glass, goes Jaron Young to pull it down. Young, little crossover move, stop, pop from Threesville, gonna be off the mark, tipped right back outside to Fields. Fields with it, Young thought about it, now goes to his left hand again, rolls to the basket on the finger roll, foul, and he will go to the line for 2.
And that's Singapore's strength again, offensive rebounding, second in the league in rebounding at 42 a game. There's big Delvin Go with the tip back out, and now Singapore gets a second possession and another chance to score.
And turning Jenny Leung inside out in the process, Scotty. Jenny Young, Leung, 6'1", 185 pounds, only 23 years of age, averaging 6.9 points a game.
Yeah, and he's been a huge pickup for Macau, coming over from the Zhuhai Warriors to play point for them. A very high cerebral basketball IQ player, and that's a great pickup by Macau later in the later part of the season.
Ball slipping out of the hands of Jaron Young. Draws oohs and ahs from the fans. Not often you see that. Incidentally, if you look at the free throw shooting, Macau owns a big advantage there. They shoot 77.5% from the line. Singapore 69.2. One of the better free throw shooting teams in the league is Macau. As we said, Macau leads the league in points scored, or points per game, 100.8. There's Spencer, knocked away. Nice hustle move there by Desmond O to break it up.
And I love it. Coming out of the foul shots, generally Singapore falls into a 1-2-2 half-court trap, and it just changes the pace and tempo. That's a great call by Neo and Johnson to start.
A little bit surprised there was Spencer. Rotating the ball out top was Liao. Shot from the right side, rattles it home. And that is the skills there by Dewarick Spencer. 6'4", 209 pounds, one of these basketball nomads. He's played in Xinjiang in China, all over the world, in fact. Desmond O slips the ball inside to Delvin Go.
What a pass, Desmond O, and you can see the contrasting styles already. Macau shooting the three, Singapore attacking the rim, and that's going to be the difference in this series right here. Who can do that more effectively?
McKinney trying to back down Jaron Young without success. Hesitation move inside, little double pump fake. Oh my, so smooth. Mike McKinney, as we said, led the league in scoring, 27.5 points per game. That'll tie it up at 7. Jaron Young, quick first step, gets his man in the air. Again, oohs and ahs from the crowd as he gets Michael McKinney going. Fields, catch and shoot from Tuesville. Yes, that is his spot, right around the free throw line every time.
Great look there from Xavier Alexander. Got the double on the post. He has size on Dewarick Spencer, and a nice little kick out to Fields.
McKinney off the screen. Over to Watkins again. Watkins again staying outside. That's where he would like Fields to play. There's a switch there. Off balance shot or pass there. McKinney from way downtown Threesville, no good. Stepping in, outlet pass, quickly getting it down to Young for the reverse dunk.
Jaron Young out in the open court with the reverse dunk. Fantastic defense by Singapore, and they push it out in transition to get the slam.
Immediately, McKinney slips away from one defender, now two defenders, and they coalesce around him. The foul will go on number 2, Desmond O. That would be his first foul. Second team foul for Singapore. Watch Young again in transition. There goes the outlet pass from Alexander, the reverse slam. Boom, straight over the left shoulder, and Young could have taken that any variety of ways. McKinney knocked away, good hand. And Young, let's see who they're going to give it to. It will be in the hands of Mike McKinney, who will inbound it. McKinney, only 6 feet tall, very slight in stature, but man, oh man, he has more moves than probably anybody in the league. There's Spencer off the screen, bullying his way to the basket, high off the glass for 2.
Spencer, what a move. A very intelligent basketball player, uses his body protected there and finishes high up over top of the weak side contest.
Back comes Alexander. Alexander swings it over to Fields. Off the dribble, goes or away from the ball, goes Jaron Young, slides it inside to Delvin Go. Fields put the follow inside, overload on that right-hand side, Delvin Go, and ball is knocked away and taken away. Good move by the youngster there, number 31, Tian. Spencer inside, little floater, and that will tie it up at 11.
Spencer, the really nice start to the game. 3 of 4 from the field, already 7 points, and he's getting chased off the line, but doing a really good job of pulling up into that one dribble pull-up and attacking the rim.
Delvin Go, bullying his way inside, getting his way around Tian for 2, and counter. He will go the line to make it a 3-point play. So little ISO move there on number 31. Tian, watch it again. Getting the step on him, and he goes to his left so well, Scotty.
Yeah, I mean, what an improvement from Delvin Gold this year. His footwork, his finishing, it's just night and day from last year. And you can tell Singapore, they believe that their advantage is inside. Every single time they get down the court, someone's getting a touch in the post. Whether it's Go, Fields, or Alexander, they're starting their possession in the post and looking to go inside-outside.
Can't finish a 3-point play. McKinney comes back with it. Still McKinney. Wow, smooth as silk with these moves. Look at that turnaround. Blocked at the other end by John Fields. Great timing by him. Outlet pass goes from Alexander to Fields. Fields Over to the right side, Jaron Young for three.
And that's all led by Singapore's defense. John Fields, the lead leader in blocks with 1.9 a game. Contested at the rim, and all of a sudden Singapore's out running.
Off the dribble comes Spencer. Over to Leung. Leung trapped on the baseline, has to kick it back outside. Hopeful shot there by number 31, Tian. What do we have inside? A foul. I think that might go on Jaron Young. Let's watch it again. Now watch, there's that move by McKinney, but the block. Great offensive move by McKinney, but Young one better on the offensive end. So what do we have here? A timeout on the floor is going to be called out by Macau as they want to talk things over. Very, very scrappy bunch of the Singapore Slingers and the Uri going, Scotty. Jaron Young, in fact, they are switching on McKinney. No one player is actually taking him. You can see them, depending on where he is, that's who picks him up. We've seen Young on him. We've seen Fields come over from the weak side to provide the help, and also Alexander.
Yeah, and so right now I think this series is going to hinge on Singapore's ability to defend the three-point line. Macau made 356 threes this year. That's first in the league by almost 70 over the second place Hong Kong Eastern Lions. And Singapore's done a really good job, like you said, Chuck, to hard hedge that ball screen and then recover and chase out of there. Every single three has to be contested for them if they want to be successful.
Well, the last 3 or 4 games, I'll tell you what, Jaron Young has done stuff like this, so that you have to give your opposing team pause. Before, remember, Singapore didn't necessarily shoot the 3 ball with that much authority, so you can sort of pack it in and sort of dare them to shoot from outside. Not since Jaron Young has had the hot hand the last 3 or 4 games, so they may have to reassess. I'm sure that that's what they're doing right now. They're going to have to get a hand in the face of Jaron Young, or he will do that all night long.
Yeah, and he's playing with so much confidence right now. And like you said, Chuck, his ability to get to the rim and jump over that weak side defender makes guys get off of him. And as soon as they get off of him, because he's been able to shoot it like you said, he is just killing them from both sides of the world right now. And Jaron Young, just his improvement this year, we've been impressed with it. Everyone here has been impressed with it. And he's been a complete fan favorite because of that.
Another matchup, keep your eye on, is number 31, Tian Xiang Tien, and Delvin Go. So far, advantage to Go. So yeah, checking it in will be Spencer from the baseline. Gets it over to McKinney. McKinney, talking to him before the game, since Tucker has been out, he was the engine, of course, Tucker, but now McKinney has had to pull up the low. That's the reason why he's scored so many points lately, dumping the ball in to Tien. 24-second violation.
Yeah, and for Macau right now, Singapore is helping hard off of Leung and Tien. They're going to have to be players, or else all night it's going to be people helping on Watson, McKinney, and Spencer.
Hung Han Bin in the game now, number 17 for Singapore. There's Fields, that is his spot. Chooses to give it up. Alexander working against Spencer inside. Still Alexander. Over with the help is Watkins, and he reaches in for the foul. So for Watkins, that will be 2 on him, I believe. Let's see if they do give it to him. Now watch this, Spencer doing the best he can, but Alexander just too strong. And yes, Watkins will pick up foul number 2. Not a good early omen for Macau. They can scarcely afford to be without him. Young off the dribble. Oh! Can't get it to go, but he'll go the line for 2. Unlucky there for Jaron Young.
There's Jaron Young again, coming off that down screen, stepping right into his jump shot on balance and forces the foul there in 10.
See, will that be from Threesville? See the disappointment on John Fields. That ball was in and out.
And what a big foul on Ryan Watkins, the one before that, to pick up his second. That was a poor choice of him to double down and reach in there. He's way too important for them to have him picking up 2 fouls 6 minutes into this basketball game.
Well, the quandary for Macau is you're going to have to put 2 guys on both Young and Alexander, depending on who has the ball, and it's very tough to rotate, even with their foot speed, to get over there on whoever has it. So what Singapore is doing is they're planning 1 on one side and 1 on the other. So pick your poison. They can rotate the ball so well that it's very difficult to get the weak side help on whoever's got the ball, either Young or Alexander.
Yeah, and Chuck, you said it. You can tell by the percentages right now. Everything for Singapore inside, 7 and 9 from the field. Everything from Macau outside, contested outside, they're 5 of 10. So Singapore doing a really good job right now on that.
Young with the steal again, and yes, the slam downtown.
Jaron Young, ladies and gentlemen, coming into this game, 8 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 3 of 4 from the line. What can you say about Jaron Young, Chuck?
Already 10 points. Check out this steal. Great anticipation by Jaron. Off to the races there. No contest. Spencer, the 36-year-old, being left in his tracks right there. And again, last game, Jaron Young had 5 steals against Mono Vampire. So in the top 5 or 6 in the league in that category. And Singapore racing off to a 20-11 lead quickly calling a timeout is Macau, and they're going to have to find an answer. We talked about the versatility of this Singapore team, not only on offense, but transition into defense as well. Macau, a very, very confident bunch before the game. Sort of be, to a man, they just didn't think Singapore, they didn't think they played well in either game contest against the Singapore Slingers, and they were questioning Singapore's ability to put the ball in the basket. Well, as we said before, when you play that good a defense, you make offense from the defense, and that's exactly what Singapore is famous for in this league, and that's what they're showing right now.
Yeah, and what a great adjustment by Neo and Johnson. They fall into that 1-2-2, and they put Jaron Young, their best athlete, on the top, and he just out-athletes guys. Even a world import veteran like Dewarick Spencer struggles with that, throws it right into Young, and all of a sudden he's going the other way. And they do that consistently, not only to change that pace and tempo, to get rid of shot clock, but also to get Jaron Young some easy steals and buckets just like that.
Now let's see if they try and get it into John Fields to go straight at Spencer, or to Watkins to try and pick up his third foul early here. That would be a good strategy. There's Spencer right there. Spencer again being hassled by Young, doubled up on him. Spencer down inside to Watkins. Fields throws up the two-handed defensive stance, but not enough to stop Watkins. He's got 4. Alexander now. Up pops Han Bin, rotating over his Fields to the high post. You know, that matchup that we talked about again. Backup jumper there by Delvin Go. Just off the mark, and in the lane it goes, picked up by McKinney. He's off to the races. Scoop pass over to the left-hand side. Long three is going to be off the mark, tipped out over to Alexander. 1 and out, back on the Slingers. Left hand, now the right with Alexander. Bounce pass inside the field. Field, yeah! Getting behind the defense one more time, Scotty.
What a pass from Xavier Alexander, his 3rd assist of the game, and the point guard transition for him has been flawless this year.
McKinney. Watkins, catch and shoot from 3, no good. Stepping in the lane and picking it out is Delvin Go, who scoops it over to Alexander. Downstairs again, quickly to Fields.
Sean Fields having his day right now. 8 points, 4 of 4 from the field, everything around the rim. Ryan Watkins not getting up and down the court with him.
No, he cannot. Fields has a little bit too much foot speed for Watkins. We saw that in the last game. They were here back in November, so some things haven't changed. McKinney sliding between 2 defenders. Oh, beautiful move by him. The follow by Watkins. Sliding in. Not good boxing out there by Singapore, but they lead 24-15. 9-point lead. Jaron Young again. Posting up on his man. The backup jumper with 2 hands. Yes, or 1 hand knocking it in. That was over Leo Z. Howe, the 6'5", 25-year-old. 176 pounds.
Everything through the post so far. 11 of 14 from the field. They're shooting almost 85%.
McKinney slithering away, and man, he's got a hat full of moves, doesn't he? Unfortunately for them, that's pretty much the only defense they've got. Well, I shouldn't say that. Watkins with 6 points. There's a foul. That'll go on number 25, Xiao Ziho, or is it not a foul? Just out of bounds, they say. It'll be Singapore ball. 14 fouls on Macau, 2 on Singapore so far. And again, Watkins playing with those 2 fouls. He is still in the game. Young drawing McKinney. That's a mismatch. Let's see if he takes advantage of that. Backs it up. Nice job by McKinney to stay with him. Alexander. Spin move by him. Rises, fires.
Really good
offensive
defense
foul,
there.
I think they're on Alexander for pushing off.
Very good defense there by Jenny Leung to chest him up and use his physicality with his lower body there to push him away and get a contest on Xavier.
Still no foul on Alexander, so that would just be a violation. Spencer. McKinney has to take it way out. Now Young goes off on him. Long three. Oh, yes. McKinney, you cannot give him any space whatsoever. So 26-20. And back come Macau. Singapore led by as many as 11. Off the dribble comes Alexander. Alexander inside, takes the ball through the rack and one.
What a take by Xavier Alexander coming off the ball screen, challenging the Macau rim protector at the rim, and there's that and one finish again, that great body control by X.
So that's going to go on number 31. Watch it again. No, that'll be on number 25, actually. That will be Leo Z. Howe. So the 2 bigs for Macau, Tian, who they started, the 18-year-old, he's got 2. Watkins also with 2. So Singapore going straight at the gut of the defense of Macau with a lot of success early on here. They lead by 8 and can't get that. So Singapore, a couple of times they've had and one situations and not being able to connect. Spencer, ooh boy, good screen by Watkins to no avail. Han Bin getting aboard, getting the ball off to Alexander. Alexander with under a minute to go here. Han Bin wide open, look for three, in and out, but right there to clean it up is Delvin Go.
Delvin Go again active on those offensive boards. 6th point of the game now. Fantastic job by the Singapore locals, Go and Nung, to be aggressive.
McKinney taking on 3 defenders off to Watkins. What a job by Mike McKinney. 4th in the league in assists with just about 7. Dumping the ball down to Delvin Go again, back outside. Fields around Watkins. Again, Fields finding the space and a foul on Watkins. That'll be 3 on him, I believe, unless they give it to number 25, Liu. Let's watch it again. Watkins coming over from the weak side. Now let's see whose hands get in there. Take your pick. Wow. That is going to be luckily on Liu, not Watkins. So Liu now with 2.
Yeah, and that's a huge call right there. If Watkins picks up his 3rd foul there, that changes the dynamic and complex of this game.
So 20.7 to go. And Singapore not successful with their free throw shooting in the first half.
Yeah, now 3 of 7 from the line, and that's a problem that's plagued the Singapore Slingers. They've done a really good job of improving lately, but need to make those foul shots.
So the lead jacked up to 9 again. Spencer, see if Macau will opt for the last shot. McKinney's out to the left. They do hit him. Around the ball screen he goes. Spencer again, catch and shoot from Threesville, off the mark. 3 seconds to go. Jaron Young, still Jaron Young, half court toss is way off the mark. Singapore will take it. 1 quarter in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Singapore Slingers lead it here at the OCBC Arena over the Macau Black Bears 31-22. We'll be back after this. Chuck Schreiner, Scott McKinnon, so happy you could spend part of your Sunday afternoon with us here at the OCBC Arena. Slingers going away 31-22 here in the first quarter. And look at Alexander with control in the air after the pass from the opposite side by John Fields. Spencer wasn't all run one-way traffic. You can see why he's averaging 28 points a game since he's taken the place of Anthony Tucker. Sliding the pass downstairs to Delvin Go, 2 of his 6 points. Outlet pass again by Alexander, hitting Jaron Young on the run. Alexander with the reverse slam. And look at the steal there by Jaron Young. Great anticipation and putting it down on the 36-year-old. So Scotty, 31-22, all not completely one-way traffic. Singapore, really, I'll tell you what, with that double-edged sword of theirs with Jaron Young and Xavier Alexander, they right now are tying the Macau Black Bears, and not even to talk of the work downstairs being done by Delvin Go and John Fields.
Yeah, too big, too strong, too disciplined right now for the Singapore Slingers. They're doing everything right, chasing Macau off the 3. Every 3 is contested, and then everything they do in transition or in the half court is at the rim. They don't believe anyone can keep them on Macau from stopping to get in the rim, and they've done that consistently and been very successful right now, shooting 13 of 17 from the floor.
That's ridiculous, 76% from the floor as compared to, 39% for Macau. McKinney with it right now. One of the bright spots, he and Watkins. Watkins, remember, saddled with a couple foul. There's the ball screen by Watkins. McKinney will back it up. He's got Tien to his left. Watkins turns, fires, wasn't looking, but he gets his own rebound, getting right past Delvin Go. Nice hustle play there by Watkins.
Yeah, and Ryan Watkins is quite athletic. He doesn't look it. He's deceivingly, when he gets around the rim, deceivingly athletic, and that was another great putback by him.
And McKinney with his first foul of the game. McKinney 7 points in the first quarter. Watkins with 10. Spencer with 7 on that side. Check it out again. There's the outlet pass all the way downstairs, and McKinney's not going to give him an easy bucket. Again, McKinney beseeching his team members to get back on defense. Look at the bull rush there by Xavier Alexander, but he loses it. So back comes McKinney. Opportunity here as he accelerates inside the lane, takes it outside. Shot from 3 is going to be off the mark. Alexander steps in the lane, picks it off. Over to Young now. Back comes Singapore. There's the outlet one more time. Downstairs it goes to Fields. Fields corrals it off the backboard, up and in off the glass actually.
And there's John Fields beating Watkins down the floor again. A great rim run by him. He's 5 of 5 for the field now for 11 points. Just beating Watkins down the floor every single time.
And that only leaves Liu Zihao, the 6'5" guy, so that's a mismatch when it comes to John Fields. And there's a foul as he goes by. Will they give him the continuation? No. I think the foul will go on Jaron Young that time.
Right now, Chuck, for Macau, they play that 5-out system. And right now, Spencer, Watkins, and McKinney have taken all of their shots except for 2. If the other locals don't look to score, then it's going to be really hard because Singapore's helping so hard on those 3 guys. Leung, King, they all have to start to look to shoot and score the basketball.
The other side of the ball, the locals are really helping Singapore. With Spencer getting away, crowd inside. I think the foul is going to be on Ung Han Bin. So a little bit more aggressive. You'd like to see that by Macau. DeWarrick Spencer forcing the action, weaving his way through a couple of defenders. Watch this. Young a little bit slow to react there with the Olay defense, and Ung Han Bin, he will claim he got mostly ball, but you could clearly see body contact as well. Here's McKinney. McKinney off the dribble. Back up jumper off of 1 foot off the mark. Watkins right there. Stellar rebound for him. Back out it comes. That's about the second defense or offensive board for Macau. McKinney trying to beat somebody off the dribble. Has Fields to beat and does. Gets the separation that he needs. What a sleight of hand he's got. Ung Han Bin inside. Again getting around Watkins. And there, check this out. Let's see, is that a foul? If it is, it'll be 3 on Watkins. No, out of bounds. Last touch by Watkins. So dodging the bullet one more. There's the interior pass there. Watkins doing a good job setting himself on the interior. The ball goes out of bounds off of Watkins. Singapore will get it back. Alexander thinking about it. He's got Spencer on him. Over comes Go. Off the screen. Alexander again loses the ball. Spencer picks it up. Outlet pass. He's got number 20 ahead of him. That is King. Makes no mistake there. So 33-28. 5-point game now. Every time Singapore gets a 8-9 point lead, back comes Macau, but they shoot themselves in the foot. Does Singapore? Nice spin move by Fields, right around Watkins.
John Fields, great post up, little drop step there, coming back to his left hand with the big power dunk, and he's been dominant so far. 6 of 6 from the field.
So 7-point bulge again for Singapore. Spencer, Watkins with the help on that strong side. Fields will have to go back home on Watkins. Off the dribble, nice job by Spencer. Oh boy, does he get it to go? Almost. The foul will go on Alexander. That'll be his first foul.
Yeah, and again, it's taking a ton of dribbles for Spencer to get to where he wants to go, and that's the evidence of the length and the strength that both Alexander and Young have on McKinney and Spencer.
So Spencer at the line for his first time tonight. Back rims the first one. So both these teams not really taking advantage of the free throws. Very strange for Macau as they are the leading free throw shooting team in the league, 76.7%. He hits 1 of 2. So 35-29, 7:22 to go here in the second quarter. Alexander looking for Ung Han Bin. He'll slide through to the other side. Now up to the high post comes Fields, still working on Watkins. Back-up jumper for 2. That is about the 3rd time he's victimized Watkins.
John Fields can step away now as well from 15 to 18 feet. Just faces up, puts it right in Watkins' face.
McKinney with the ball. Delvin Go with the help defense. Now Fields pops up inside to Watkins. Oh, yes, gets it to fall. Nice rotation there by Macau. Watkins rolling off the high post, going downstairs. McKinney doing a great job of hitting him on the run. Fields again. Ball popped out, and Spencer again there to pick it up. Alexander, oh boy, pushed aside by Spencer. No foul called.
What
he stiff-armed him out of the way.
Spencer, the Euro step back to his left hand, little English, and what a move by him in the full court there.
So 37-33, that's close as the Black Bears have been since midway through the first quarter. There's the screen. Alexander loses it again, picks it up, gives it off the Fields, a little bit out of his range that time, so 1 and out. Back comes McKinney. Chance for the Bears to climb to within 2 or 3. McKinney. Fields on him. He'll prance outside again. Gets the ball back outside to Spencer. Liu, as they spread it out, is on the right. Screen thrown there. Spencer all alone. Can't hit it. Rebound pulled down by Young. Back comes Singapore with that 37-33 lead. Under 6 minutes to go. Nice job by Macau to go on a little run here. Inside it goes. There's a nice job there by Alexander. You can see just passing up Spencer like he was standing still. Watch it again. There's the interior pass. Spencer 1 step behind and makes the Cardinal sin, reaching in with the Olay defense. Catches his arm as he goes around him.
Yeah, on the Slingers, everything has been around the rim. And Macau, if they're going to have a chance in this series, not only in this game, they're going to have to defend in the post. And they're going to have to do a better job of that. Giving up way too many easy, uncontested layups on post-ups without any movement. They're going to have to start to defend that better, else this could be a long series for them.
So looking at the scoring right now, Spencer with 10 for Macau. Let's go through them first. Watkins having a nice day, at least on the scoring end of it, 12 points. McKinney with 9, he averages 27. On the other side of the ball, Fields with 15, having a field day inside and out. Young with 12. Alexander yet to get off that much. He's got 6. Delvin Go, what about him? 6 points, 5 rebounds so far. So very balanced attack by Singapore. And you said before, Scotty, Macau's going to have to get some scoring from other sources besides those 3.
Yeah, well, right now you look at Spencer, he has 10, Watkins has 12, McKinney has 9, and they're doing it efficiently as well. They have 31 of the 33 Macau Black Bear points. The only other person to score is Derek King. Macau's going to have to get some help. They can't play 3-on-5 this entire series, and that's twofold. The imports are going to have to share the basketball when they draw that double team, as well as the other players, Liang, King, Yu, Lau. They're going to have to be willing shooters when they catch that basketball.
So Singapore off the timeout. They stretched the lead back out to 6. Macau did a great job, as we said. They trailed by 9. They got it down to 4, but again, getting the ball into Xavier Alexander and letting him do the rest with the mismatches that he's finding down low. And that is certainly the strategy of Singapore. They know that Macau's front line is a little bit thin, so they're going straight at him, and they're getting some points in the open court as well. So Alexander here to finish the 3-point attempt. Or the and 1. Does just that. So Singapore up by 7. McKinney. Young on him. Here comes the ball screen. A nice screen there by Watkins. He doesn't roll off very quick. He goes back downstairs. McKinney dancing on the outside. Crossover, double crossover. Young can't stay with him. Watkins catch and shoot from beyond the arc. Is going to back rim that one. Stepping in the lane. Nice job by Ung Han Bin to save it. Gets the ball back over to Young. Fans were appreciative of the local guys' hustle there. Alexander pumps the ball inside to Fields. Fields on Watkins. Still Fields. Little right-handed hook over the top is good.
I like that strategy from Singapore. Yeah, going straight at Watkins. You know he has 2. He doesn't want to pick up the 3rd. Really good play and set called by X there, and Fields finished with the right-handed jump hook.
So let's see if Macau will do something on the ball screen to free up somebody for a 3. There's McKinney on the left side, out of the picture now. Spencer, inside it goes. Yes, nice job. Let's see who the foul is going to be on. It might be Fields. If it is, it'll be 2 on him. Watch it again. Nice job by Spencer. Open man right there. No, that'll be on Xavier Alexander, so 2 on the X-man.
What a job by Spencer to get in the lane there and then draw the help and dump down pass for the and 1 to Lau. Fantastic job by him to involve his teammates in a great look.
So 4:42 to go here in the second quarter. It's a good one here from the OCBC Arena. Chuck Schreiner, Scotty McKinnon, so happy you could spend part of your Sunday afternoon with us. Quarterfinal action in the 2018-19 playoffs. The number 3 seed Singapore Slingers, the number 6 seed Macau Black Bears. Delvin Go. See if he takes advantage of this perceived match. Oh, a nice job getting around one defender, taking it to the house.
Delvin Go, 8 points now, 4 of 5, and you love him in the post as well. Great footwork coming back to that drop step once again to the left hand.
And again, taking advantage of Nathan Yo that time. So Spencer rotates the ball to the left inside. We have some holding on here. That'll go against Macau. Let's see who they catch there. Will it be McKinney? If it is, that'll be 2 on him. Watch downstairs. Here's Spencer rotating the ball downstairs, and some holding on.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting this last 4 minutes. Watkins has 2 and Alexander has 2. Neither of those guys want to pick up their third in the first half here heading into halftime.
So Singapore, opportunity now to stretch the lead into double figures to Young. Can't get it to fall, but the foul will go on number 20, Derek King. Oh, just mismatches all over the place, and Singapore is so good at finding him. Look at Alexander, and again, Singapore getting behind the defense time and time again. Where is Watkins? Way outside on Fields. So superior foot speed too, I would think, Scotty. You know, when you talk about Young, we talk about when you've got Delvin Go matched up against Liu Zihao, they're really taking advantage of it. Hits the first one, so 9-point lead, matching the biggest lead of the game for Singapore. Actually, they led by 11 a little bit earlier on.
Great backdoor cut by Young there as well. Really sold that he was going to V-cut up to the wing, and all of a sudden he's backdoor. And you've seen that a few times this year for big lob dunks. So again, Young outsmarting his defender.
Under 4 minutes to go, Singapore lead by 10. Spencer, skip pass over to McKinney, back to Spencer. And again, two-man game right now for Macau. Off-balance shot, it won't go, but the foul is going to be on, let's see if it's going to be Young or Ung. It'll be on Young. So Young, that'll be 2 on him. No, that's going to be on Ung. Let's see, watch him come over. Yeah, apply the pressure with the arm there. So it'll be 2 on Ung Han Bin. Not Young, as we might have thought. Young did put his arm up. So Young now with 14 points for Singapore. High point scorer in the game.
So impressive to see Mike McKinney, how shifty he is and how herky-jerky. And he's always able to get to the spot that he wants to get to. And the thing that I'm impressed with him this year is how efficient he's been with as a volume shooter. 51 from the 2, 41 from the 3, and 84 from the line. Those numbers are godly. So Mike McKinney has had a tremendous season, Chuck.
Yeah, as you said, scoring, putting 51 points up against the Lob Filipinas a couple weeks ago. Jaron Young was marveling at that. So 8-point lead now by Singapore. We get down to the 3:30 mark. Young, Fields, Alexander. Long 3 by Alexander's off the mark. Skying in to get it. Nice rebound there by Watkins. And back comes McKinney and company. Meeting him is Jaron Young. Now comes Fields. Somebody's got to be open downstairs. Oh boy. And there's John Fields there. That'll be his first foul. The 6th team foul on Singapore. Watch it again. Going for the ball fake. Nice job by Lei K. Tong downstairs. The 6'4" forward, 209 pounds, 23-year-old, averaging 3.9 points a game. He's still down, a little bit shaken up.
He's done a really good job to be active down there because his man is the one going to help on McKinney and Spencer when they're in the lane. And he's done a really good job of facing up to the ball, showing his hands and catching. He's had a couple of dump down opportunities for a layup and now for a couple foul shots.
So the foul starting to even up here is Desmond O with 2 for Singapore. Also Alexander, Ung, Fields with 1. Good look at the youngster there, Lai Ka Tong. Got a bunch of good local players, Macau does. 1 of 2. So back comes Singapore, so they dodge the bull a little bit. Still 8-point lead. Alexander, still Alexander coming through a crowd, puts the ball up. The follow, yes! Delvin Go again.
Delvin Go's 10th point of the game, and he's so active on the offensive glass. It's really hard to get a body on him, and when they don't, they get put back after putback.
McKinney, double pump fake off to Watkins. Watkins for 2. Fields lucky he didn't get called for a foul there. So back to an 8-point game again. Jaron Young will wait for traffic. John Fields again. Bounce pass inside to Delvin Go. Kick back outside. Desmond O thought about it and throws it away. So right inside the passing lanes, and it's where you don't want to be down the court. It goes to Spencer. Spencer turns the corner, now hits the lane. Kick back outside. Watkins, still Watkins. Delvin Go, you got to beat him, and he does, but he can't hit the shot. Rebound taken by Young. Downstairs it goes. Alley-oop attempt. Back over to Fields, who loses it. Uh-oh, Fields pulls up lame a little bit. He has turned his ankle, and there's a foul. Let's see if Fields can walk it off. It looks like the outside the ankle. Thank goodness for that, but he's going to have to exit the game for a little bit. Watch it again. There's McKinney. The Fields will come into your picture right. Well, that was a play before that. There is Fields, and he just came down a little bit empty on that right ankle.
Yeah, and that's the last thing the Slingers need. They need a healthy John Fields if they want to progress here in the playoffs.
So let's see if they bring Russell Lowe in, number 32, their super sub. Trims the lead to 7. McKinney at the line. 1 of 2. Ball tipped over to Jaron Young. There is Fields, and still limping just a little bit. The long 2 is going to be off the mark. So Singapore settling for jump shots the last couple of possessions. Let's see if Macau can take advantage of that. Long 3 way off the mark, stepping in. Man, John Fields is a little bit hurt over there. McKinney taking advantage of that, and he is limping around. They need to get him out of there. Slingers will call a timeout. The lead has been trimmed 48-43. Don't be surprised, Scott, if we see Russell Lowe enter the game. They thought maybe he could walk it off, but I think it's a little bit more serious than they would have thought, and that's a bad omen there for Singapore. He has had a tremendous game, 14 points so far, and 6 or 7 boards, and he's got the better of it against Watkins. So Watkins, a little bit of advantage now. The tables have turned a little bit. Now perhaps Watkins can go straight at Fields.
Yeah, and that's a big run at the end of this first half here to get the points down to 5, 48-43. And Watkins has had a real good game as well. 14 points, 7, 11 from the field, 8 rebounds, and he's beat Singapore a couple times on the offensive glass, getting those little drop downs and those chip-ins. So this is a really entertaining basketball game on both sides.
Watch Fields again. Now watch him when he comes down with the ball outside of his ankle. That right ankle, as you can see, he's holding it right away, going to it. Another angle. Oh boy, stepping on Xavier Alexander, and that, how many times does that happen? It's always when you step on somebody else's shoe, isn't it? So, see, he has already gone for treatment, I believe. So probably we won't be seeing John Fields for the rest of the first half. We'll see if Russell Lowe can, or is he out on the court again already? No, he is going to. See, there he is. He's still on the court. So John Fields.
Yeah, that didn't look good. That looked a really tough inverted sprain there. So to see John try and tough it out, that's a really good thing for the Slingers, and impressive his grit.
Yeah, he's still grimacing a little bit as you watch him looking up in the stands and sort of glaring his teeth a little bit. Delve and go. Watkins doing a good job at denial there. Fields going straight at him. Here comes a double team. Last touch by who? Nice job by Mike McKinney. Fields protesting, but not enough. So 133, big opportunity here for Macau Black Bears.
Yeah, and that was a great double by McKinney coming down off of Hanbin. He saw that he wasn't ready to shoot, and he came down and put a little pressure on Fields, and he dribbled off his foot out of bounds. So good decision there by Mike McKinney.
So Lai checks into the game. Lai Ka Tang, number 11, opportunity now. In the game is Jennings Leong as well. So McKinney gets a blow. Spencer turns the corner. Great move by him. Fills it up right around number 1. That was a Jun Lim. So now a 3-point game.
Yeah, don't look now. 3-point game, like you said, Chuck. This is a big run by the Macau Black Bears to end the first half here.
Trying to force it in is John Fields. Yes, gets it to go, and still jawing at the referee. Wanted a foul on Watkins. So Fields now with 19 points. He is the game leader for both these teams. 5-point lead under a minute to go. Bounce pass inside to Spencer. Mismatch there with Lim. Weak side help coming over. He has to give it up. Watkins from Threesville. Yes.
Yeah, and that's not a great guy to double off of as Ryan Watkins. Now his 17th point of the game, 8 of 12 from the floor.
So Singapore, Macau will get the ball back. Fields, still Fields, trying to take it by himself. Gets caught up a little bit. Alexander rises and fires from 2, no good. So opportunity here now for McKinney and company to even take the lead. Back outside, long 3 is going to be off the mark. Stepping in the lane, knocking it away is Ung Han Bin. Back comes Lim. 11 seconds to go. Ball in the hands of Alexander, so they'll play for the last shot. But impressive little move here by Macau. They led by as many as 10. Rises and firing is Alexander, and that will do it. So Singapore will take the narrowest of leads into the dressing room. They lead 50-48. They led by as many as 10. Good comeback by Macau Black Bears. We'll come back for our halftime show. We'll break it down for you here at the OCBC Arena when we return.
what makes a champion? Passion, grit, determination.
A challenge can make or break you. Work hard in silence. Let success be your noise.
Never stop, you can only get better. The only one that can hold you back is yourself.
I'm a warrior. I put my war paint on.
We are the composers of our own destiny. Nothing is out of reach if we dare to dream the impossible. Believe the unbelievable and never take no for an answer. Because greatness is in all of us. For we are all champions.
To get ready for the Asean Basketball League playoffs and by taking a look at the final top 10, the final week of the regular season. And at number 10, we begin with this new milestone from the X-Man as Xavier Alexander is your new ABL all-time scoring leader. What a feat for Alexander. At number 10, we bid goodbye to the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors and Zhong Xian Chao, doing things in styles as he finishes with the reverse, kissing off the glass. That's at number 9. And at number 8, though, is one of the creative scorers in the league, Freddie Leach, with that dipsy-do shot in the paint, switching hands in the air, and able to get up and around the Westport's Malaysia Dragons to finish in at number 8. We will stay in Mono Vampire Land as Tyler Lamb going between the legs and finding Moses Morgan with a nifty dish. Take a look at Lamb in the court vision to get it over to his teammate. Finish in style. That's your number 7 play. Number 6. Check out this pretty give-and-go play between Maxi Esho and Daryl Watkins as the two long-legged, long-haired BT and CLS Knights conspiring to stuff this baby home against Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. Number 5, we go to San Miguel a la Pilipinas as Brandon Ross are climbing the ladder to smack that shot from the Saigon Heat away. And on the offensive end, he's also able to swish that triple. San Miguel a la Pilipinas finishing at number 2 in the upcoming playoffs. In at number 4 is the number 1 seed, the Formosa Dreamers, as Tevin Glass behind the back, absolutely evading the defense of the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. Tevin Glass, unstoppable when he gets to the rim. Number 3, it's been a long time since we've seen this, but how about a Xavier Alexander poster as he climbs the ladder and smashes it over the defense of the Macau Black Bears. Liu Zihao gave chase, but Alexander putting the Black Bears on the poster on that attempt. For our number 2 play, a little bit of defense this time as Kyle Barone timing perfectly and preserving the victory for the Saigon Heat down the stretch as he stuffs the reigning local MVP Bobby Ray Parks. But at number 1, where else could we go but Westport's Malaysia Dragons land as a Yek Liang Chuan climbing the ladder and helping the Westport's Malaysia Dragons end their season in style. Though the Dragons will be out of the playoffs, they will finish with the number 1 spot in our final top 10 of the ABL regular season.
McKinney have been teaming up along with Watkins. Watkins also 17 points in the game. Look at that great steal there by Jaron Young, taking the ball to the house to the chagrin of Spencer. But a lot of that kind of stuff for Macau. I mean, they shoot 55% during the regular season. There is Fields having a field day there, so to speak, no pun intended, against Watkins. McKinney, though, great pass inside, and Singapore guilty of ball watching there. And McKinney just has so many moves, Scotty. Very, very difficult to ascertain where the ball is going to end up when he's got it.
Yeah, McKinney's just so shifty. He's so hard to stay in front of him. As soon as he gets that corner off the ball screen, no one can stay in front of him. And he's been just a tough cover. 14 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds right now, Mike McKinney.
Delvin Go, don't forget about him. 10 first half points for him. Does a great job of following the action and the putbacks. That is what he's really good at, and finding the mismatches downstairs. John Fields bullying his way towards the basket. That was toward the end after that injury that we were worried about. Look at the first half stats, 18-14 as usual. We thought Singapore would dominate a little bit, but Macau right there, bench points 40-17. 8-5 as far as the turnovers. We've got Macau only with 3 turnovers, but never mind, a point taken. and the assists 12 to 11. And so Singapore, as expected, and the stats sort of bear that out, Scotty. A very, very close game, very, very close score as well.
Yeah, and you said contrasting styles as well. And the thing that's scary for Singapore is Macau shoots 37% from 3 on the year, and they're 3 of 15 right now. And if they get it going, it could be trouble for the Singapore Slingers.
Okay, highlights from the first round game of the quarterfinal game against the Alab Filipinas and Hong Kong Eastern. A little bit of a surprise there, Scotty. We know Alab didn't end the season with much of a high, but then they ran into a very, very tough Hong Kong Eastern team. And we'll look at the highlights of that in just a second. And here we go.
It's the first game of your 2019 Asean Basketball League playoffs, and defending champion San Miguel Alab Filipinas take on Hong Kong Eastern at home. Ronaldo Balkman got things going with a power move inside, taking full advantage of the lack of ceiling for Hong Kong Eastern's defense. So the visitors would try to power their offense from the outside. Marcus Elliott knocking down a 3. Kalian Chongson would respond later on with his own triple, but O'Darian Bassett would have an answer on the other side, as Bassett, a late re-addition to the squad heading into the playoffs, makes his presence felt early. In the second quarter, the Puerto Rican connection, Ronaldo Balkman locating PJ Ramos for the one-handed jam. And Balkman would score on his own dunk off a fast break opportunity. Ramos would then show off his three-point making capability as he knocks one down from an assist courtesy of Ethan Albano. But O'Darian Bassett will keep Hong Kong Eastern in the game, knocking down this triple. San Miguel Alab Filipinas would find rhythm early in the third quarter as they started building a lead. They led by as much as 15 points in the contest thanks to PJ Ramos with a power move inside, but Lau Chu Lai powered the offense for Hong Kong Eastern with back-to-back triples. The second unit guard really helping out his team, connecting from deep and making sure that they spaced out Alab's defense. The fourth quarter will be a wild one. Adam Su knocking down a corner 3 to give Hong Kong Eastern a 1-point lead. And quickly on the other side, Ronaldo Balkman with a power move erasing the defense of Marcus Elliott to regain the advantage for the Philippines. With the score tied at 81-all, Ronaldo Balkman reclaims the advantage for Alab with a banker. Lucky break here for Hong Kong Eastern. Marcus Elliott missing, but the tap goes in for Michael Holyfield. Big shot coming from the reigning two-time MVP as Ray Parks gets the lucky bounce to retake the lead 86-85 for Alab Filipinas. But once again, Lau Chu Lai providing a key basket for Hong Kong Eastern, knocking down a triple off a nice assist from O'Darian Bassett. Alab will stay in the game as they got a nice conversion here coming from Ronaldo Balkman, and after forcing a turnover off O'Darian Bassett, they'll get one more opportunity. Ray Parks deciding to take the shot himself. Michael Holyfield gets to it as the time expires. What an upset for Hong Kong Eastern. 29 points for O'Darian Bassett, 16 rebounds for Michael Holyfield, as they will now go home to try and eliminate the defending champions. One win away from moving on to the Asean Basketball League semifinals.
Alab Filipinas, the second seed team, going down 90-88 at the hands of Hong Kong Eastern, the number 17. As we check out the brackets, Formosa and Mono, they'll be going at it later on today as we see CLS a demolition job, Scotty, over Saigon Heat, 83-59. And then, of course, the Slingers and the Black Bears, 50-48. That is your score at half. So everything to play for. Remember, these games, 2 out of 3. And Scotty, you know, any of these teams can win. I'll tell you what, who would have thought that Hong Kong Eastern would have, you know, defeated Alab, especially in Cebu on one of their home courts. But there you go. That's playoff basketball.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this league, is the ABL is the parity. And you've talked about it multiple times this year. It's anyone can beat anyone. It doesn't matter if you're the number 1 seed like Formosa, the number 8 seed like Mono. Anyone has the ability to beat anyone on any given night, and that's the fun part about this league. And I'm excited to see how they progress throughout the playoffs. Especially CLS. I love the way that they just went into their attitude as they went into the playoffs. They defeated Singapore here on their home court, and they are just really rolling right now. And Coach Rouse has done some amazing things with them.
So right now, anybody's game here at the OCBC Arena, and we'll come back for second half action. 50-48 in favor of Singapore over Mike McKinney and the Macau Black Bears. We'll be right back for third quarter action in a moment. Ten-point deficit midway through the second quarter, and they are a very, very determined bunch. As you look at them right now, the veteran Spencer, who came in to join forces with Mike McKinney after Anthony Tucker went down, and no telling where they would be if they had Anthony Tucker. But tell you what, Scotty, DeWark Spencer hasn't been too shabby today.
Oh, he's been fantastic, and he's been fantastic in the 5 games he's played for them. 28 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 40% from 3. He's fit flawlessly into this system. Nice little 3-point, can get in the lane, not scared to share the basketball, is dangerous when he gets in the lane. So he's been a perfect fit for them as far as anyone who could come even close to being comparable to Anthony Tucker.
And we said what might make Singapore fans a little bit nervous. Usually Macau Black Bears shoot around 37 to 40% from beyond the arc. They're only about 25 now. Could that be a harbinger of things to come, or does that mean that they have some coming? So we'll have to wait and find out. Desmond O with the ball now. Nice screen there by Delvin Go. Frees up Alexander, who takes the ball to the rack and finishes it up. Nice job.
It's a
right
great
around
attack.
Spencer.
Great attack by X often and early. They're 9 points. He's only taken 8 shots so far, so to see him attack the rim to start the second half is a great thing for the Slingers.
McKinney dancing around Jaron Young, backs it up, fires over to Tien. Tien bowls his way inside, high off the glass. Let's see if that's going to be an offensive foul, or is that, yes it is, offensive foul on number 31, Tien, for clearing out.
And the young guy struggled in the first half. He was a quick sub for them, and I'd like to see Delvin go at him right here, whether it's on the offensive rebounds or to get a post up with him.
So Macau, after Watkins picking up 2 fouls, nervous moments for them, but they have settled things down considerably. He has not picked up another one. Fields catch and shoot, no good. Stepping in the lane is Tien, back to McKinney. McKinney going downhill now on that right hand, stops and pops from 3, no good. Nice rebound there by Jennings Leon. Over to McKinney again, and very seldom when you see him miss 2 in a row. And he didn't then. 52-51, that was a 3.
Gotta love the confidence that Mike McKinney has, the fearlessness to shoot the basketball, even though he just missed the 3 previously.
Delvin go, back over to Alexander. Downstairs it goes to Fields, going straight at Watkins again. Thought about it. Jaron Young back over to Fields, misses it. The follow by Delvin go.
Yeah, and there's Delvin Go over top of Tien again. Tien cannot physically match up with Delvin Go, and what a great pursuit of basketball by him.
So back to a 3-point lead. And where would they be without Delvin Go, Scotty? McKinney bumping up against Go downstairs. Oh boy, he stayed back too long. Did Delvin Go, got caught in no man's land. Freeing up Tien downstairs, so back to a 1-point game.
Nice little answer from Tien there.
Alexander on that right side, that's where the buildup is. Jaron Young, as we said, he's been the invisible man in a little while. Let's see if he can get things pumped up. Left-hand dribble, Tien, and he fouls him, pushes off. That will be on Tien. And for him, that will be number 3.
You made a really good point, Chuck. Jaron Young had 14 points for 4 or 5 early in the game, and he hasn't got a lot of shot attempts lately. Would love to see him get back in that attack mode and get that confidence back.
So, first guy with 3 fouls. Inbounding it from the far side is Jaron Young. Bounce pass inside to Fields, goes straight at Watkins, back out. Rotation over to Jaron Young. Up pops Fields for the ball screen. Good job. Off balance shot by Young, way off the mark. Stepping in and slapping it away is Tien. Back over to McKinney. McKinney, opportunity now for Macau to go up over to the right side. Spencer gets the ball blocked by Jaron Young, out of bounds, but it'll be Macau ball. Nice reactions there by Jaron Young. Jessamine Spencer a little bit nonchalant with this, as you can see, sizing the shot up, and out of his peripheral vision came Jaron Young, storming over to knock the ball out of bounds.
Well said, storming. A great closeout, gets that contest, and hopefully Jaron can build a little bit of momentum out of that. He's a big-time player who makes big-time plays, and he rolls with his confidence when he makes those big plays. So hopefully he can get a little bit going, stuff going like he had in the first half.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. So Macau will inbound it from the baseline, I guess they're going to say now. That's where the ball went out, so it makes sense. Off to Spencer again, off the give from Jennings Leon. Still Spencer, left hand, stop and pop. Yes, first lead of the game for the Macau Black Bears, and it comes at 7:30 of the 3rd quarter, 55-54.
There's Spencer again, living in that lane, coming off the ball screen, looking to attack.
Alexander barking out signals, gets the ball over to Delvin Go. Downstairs it goes to Jaron Young. Jaron Young loses the ball, gets it back. Good reactions by him, looking for Alexander. Boy, a little bit disjointed now. Singapore on the offensive end, losing the ball on the floor. Spencer picks it up. So does Alexander, but too late. Great concentration there on the defensive end by a team that doesn't usually play that good a defense. Macau Black Bears waiting it out in Singapore, guilty of a 24-second violation.
Yeah, the intensity from Macau has definitely changed the second half, and you see the Slingers are a little bit timid right now offensively, and they cannot have that against a team that is so potent offensively as Macau. McKinney,
screen there. Now that might be, oh boy, who's that going to be on? It's going to be on Delvin Go, rolling off the screen, pushing a little bit. That'll be his second foul. Go now with 12 points for Singapore. He's had as many as 20 this year. Spencer off the feed of Watkins. Spencer again getting freed up. Kick back outside, wide open look for Tien from Threesville. Yes, drains it.
What
so 4-point lead now.
What a start by the Macau Black Bears, and now they're playing that 5-out where everyone is a threat to score.
Trying to hustle for space down low, and great job of sealing off is Macau. McKinney for 3. just off the mark. Man, that would have been something. Away with it comes Jaron Young, still Jaron Young. And late whistle and count it for one.
And that's what Jaron Young needs to do. Downhill to his right hand, gets to the rim, aggressiveness. It's his first shot attempt in the last 15 minutes, and it's an and one layup.
See who they give the foul to. Take your pick. It could have been on Jennings Leung, or it could be on that guy there, Mike McKinney.
Big response from the Slingers there. Now let's see if Jaron can get a little bit more momentum going from that. Now he's 5 of 7 from the field, shooting it really well for 16 points, but he's only taken 10 shots. We'd love to see him get a couple more looks there, especially going downhill to that right hand.
So this to get him to within one. He can't do it. Off the mark again. Singapore continues to struggle from the line. Back comes Spencer and company. That 2-point lead. Tien off to the left, giving the ball to Jenny Leon. Wide open look. Watkins from way downtown off the mark, stepping in the lane, outlet pass going all the way to Young. Young will finish it up for two, and that'll tie it up at 58.
And this is Jaron Young. He scores in bunches. He scores with confidence. He scores when he gets that momentum, and it looks like he has it back. Now 18 points in the night.
So starting to come alive just as we hoped he would. Because if you're a Singapore fan, oh boy. Jennings, McKinney, and Watkins finally, a little bit of a disjointed effort, but they come away smelling like a rose anyway. 60-58 in favor of the Bears. Off the screen goes Young again. Whip pass over to the left-hand side. Han Bin. Now Alexander, that build-up's on the left-hand side. There's off the screen. Wide open look for Yeah, buries a three. What a great time for Han Bin, Scotty.
Yeah, good sub by Coach Neil Johnson to get Hammond in there for Desmond O, who wasn't looking to score, and Hammond steps right into a three to start. Great shot by our local veteran.
61-60, Spencer. Good ball movement again by Macau. Nice job there by Alexander to stay with McKinney. He looks for the screen and finds it. Determined move inside, get it out of here. What do we have here? And he turns it over. Nice job on the defensive end by Singapore. Great pursuit by Alexander. And then off the screen came Jaron Young. Watch this. Well, that's the shot previously by Han Bin. Now with three. Another look at it. So back comes Singapore behind Alexander. Still bounce pass inside. See slice through. Fields with the finish. Right around Watkins. Oh boy, and Watkins, a push off there. And Watkins is going to get a foul, a technical foul maybe. Let's see.
Ryan Watkins needs to control himself right now. He cannot get kicked out of this basketball game. He just picked up his third foul. The last thing he can do is get a technical to get his fourth.
So that will be on Watkins. That will be his third. Now watch it. Now Fields does celebrate. Hangs on the rim a little bit and comes down a little bit on Watkins. Watkins took exception to that, but yeah, point well taken, Scotty. You can't retaliate in a playoff game like this. So wisely, coaching staff from Macau is going to call a timeout. And Watkins will get teed up, so that's 3 on him. And I'll tell you what, the next time that happens, if Fields is that emotional, look for turnabout on that play, because I think the referees could have called that either way.
Yeah, I agree with that. And what a fun matchup that's been today. John Fields and Ryan Watkins, completely different players. Fields is the physicality of the bull. Watkins likes to step away from the rim. Fields has 21 points. Watkins has 19. They both rebounded well. It's just been fun for that matchup. So it wouldn't be a good thing to see that end on technical fouls and stuff like that.
I think the referee's just emphasizing that right now, saying, look, you got the call this time, but if that happens again, don't be surprised if it turns the other way. So let's see if Fields can do something with this free throw shot. Going to be short with it, so he'll get 2.
Slingers now 7 of 13 on the day from the line, and they cannot have this if they want to progress far in these playoffs.
It has been a reoccurring theme for them, and he misses the second one as well. So, wow, not really taking advantage of what was given to him then. Did get the crowd up, but you've got to come through and score those free throws. So Singapore will have the ball. That was an intentional foul, not a technical foul, by the way. Down low it goes to Alexander. Alexander working on Spencer, off balance there. Fields has the ball knocked away. See, 24-second violation, and nice defense again. Nice job there by the youngster, Tian Som Tian. Watch it again. Fields really nothing he can do with it, and last touch by Hu. There's your 24-second violation. So good job. That's 2 of the last 4 trips down the court. Scotty and Macau have got that 24-second violation. So they're doing something. Again, Macau not notably a defensive team. In fact, they give up almost 96 points a game. But they have been game when they've needed to be. McKinney rotates it over to Tien, who immediately throws it away. Delvin Go will come up with it looking down court. Good job by Macau to recover. Downstairs it goes to Fields. Getting behind the defense, getting behind Watkins again.
What a great look by Xavier Alexander, throwing it over the top there to the, again, John Fields rim running for his 23rd point of the game.
Back comes McKinney. Skews one screen, up pops Fields. He'll go back downstairs to Watkins. Looking for him downstairs is Leong. Leong will slide over to the top. Watkins and Fields again. Watkins, still Watkins, rattles it home. Nice job by Watkins. Getting
really
a measure of revenge there.
Really good job getting that separation and bumping him off and coming back with that right hand.
Alexander looking for the screen. Rolling off of that is McKinney. A wide open look downstairs again. Delvin Go, yes! And time again, Scotty, finding the mismatches downstairs. How good is Xavier Alexander? 5-point lead again. That's about the 6th time they've gotten below the defense. McKinney, little one-handed runner, no good. Back comes Alexander. Singapore opportunity now to go up by 7. Wide open look. Jaron Young from 3, no good. Popping it away, and it will be in possession of Macau. Wide open look there, and these are the sort of shots that Jaron Young has been knocking down with regularity the last 4 or 5 games. Not that time.
Yeah, and it's good to see him still confident catching and shooting. He needs to do that. And you talked about Xavier Alexander before, the consummate triple-double threat. 9 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 4-9 from the field. Runs this team beautifully. Just a great player and great person.
Spencer getting away from one defender. Has to kick that one right back outside. Long 3 off the mark. Fields with the rebound. Outlet to Xavier. Xavier looking down court. Still Xavier bumping, grinding. Fires it off to Young. Young over to Delvin Go, and he throws it away. Alert play there by Ung Han Bin to get it back. Now nice ball rotation. Fields fights for position, off the glass, up and in, over Watkins again.
Yeah, and there's John Fields, really good composure to jump stop in there, take his time, step back through and finish with that right hand. His 25th point on 12 of 15. What an efficient basketball player he's been today.
And there's a foul on Young against Spencer. Nice job by Spencer. That'll be the 3rd foul on Jaron Young. Took the ball fake and stepped in, and Spencer rolled right back at him, got the contact. Nice job by Spencer. That's a veteran move.
Yeah, really good call there, Chuck.
Watkins, Fields, still Watkins. Watkins with the post up. Nice hand check there by Fields, but not enough. So right back at you, and the score is 69-64, back to 5 points again.
What a matchup that's been today.
Yeah.
Both those guys going back and forth at each other.
Matchup that the referees are keeping an eye on. Look at Delvin Go again, victimizing the smaller player down low. 71-64, 7-point lead. Spencer, down he goes, and the ball is thrown away. It'll be Singapore ball.
Delvin Go, 8 of 9 from the field now, Chuck, for 16 points and 5 rebounds. What a player he's been today, and what an aggressive player he's been at that rim.
Little bump there by Young, but the referee not calling it. He could have. That would have been 4 fouls on Jaron Young. Jaron has had problems with fouls throughout the season. Young with 18 points in the game. So Alexander and Young in the backcourt. Ung Han Bin in there as well. Up pops Fields. Now in the hands of Ung. Fields again, rotating the ball over to Alexander. Checking in the game is Russell Lowe. So playing with 4 bigs. Russell Lowe trying to get the step on his defender, number 25, Liu Zihao, to no avail. Back comes McKinney. Been a long time since we've heard from him. Off the dribble, trying to break down Young. Hesitation move, no good. Ball popped in the air. Outlet pass. Back to Alexander. 3-on-1. Alexander will take it to the house and one.
Xavier Alexander, what a basketball move. Euro stepping back to that right hand. And again, another silly touch foul, allowing for an and one for Singapore.
See who the foul that's going to be on. Look at him going downhill, always back on your heels. The Olay move by Liu Zihao. So for Liu Nil, that will be 3 on him. So the Bears will have to call a timeout now, and look at the emotion there by John Fields. John Fields leading all scorer, one of his finest games of the year. He's got 25. Young with 18. Alexander now with 11 on the other side of the ball. Watkins with 23. Spencer with 14. McKinney with 11. That's, 17, excuse me. Still below his 27-point average. But how good has Xavier Alexander been on the break, Scotty? Continually finding below the defense, getting guys and finding them down, bringing guys towards him and getting the pass up off the top of the defense behind, and easy buckets time and time again.
Yeah, perfect, Chuck. And he does a really good job of recognizing when to attack and when to pull it out. He saw that he had the mismatch there, just put his head down, went straight to his right hand, finished up over top of the defense. And again, Macau 3 or 4 times today, they've got beat to the rim, and then they come back and they foul, a cheap, easy foul, and allow that and one situation. You either wrap up the ball there and you don't let the person go for the layup, or you get out of the way. You're not adding with this and one opportunity again.
So the lead stretched back up to 9. Remember, Singapore led by as many as 11. Macau is led by as many as 3. They came back from a 10-point deficit to do that at the beginning of the third quarter, but it's been all Singapore since. It's been because of this guy, Xavier Alexander, willing it time and time again. And of course, the great low post play of John Fields, able to get below the defense, as we've said, ad nauseum.
Macau needs to get a little production from some of their locals. At 54 of the 64 points has been scored by Spencer, McKinney, and Watkins. And when you play that 5-out style, if other guys aren't willing shooters, if the other players aren't willing shooters, it's never going to work, because now you have guys helping off on that ball screen. You have guys helping out on the roll. You have helping out on, and people sit in the lane on Spencer McKinney, and it makes their life way more difficult.
So under a minute to go, Singapore back up by 10. Good points, Scotty. And don't forget Delvin go with his 16 points. You talk about contributions from local players. Shining example of it right there. Spencer over to Watkins. Watkins to McKinney. McKinney. Low, trying to guard against that. Oh, underneath, getting a block from behind by Young on Ben. Wow, and then Tion staying with it, getting his own rebound up and in. The 18-year-old, he has been impressive time and time again. 74-68, Singapore up by 8. So about 6 seconds between shot clock and game clock. So Singapore will spread it out. Now they've got it down to 6. Alexander rumbles in the lane, high off the glass, no good. 7 seconds, plenty of time. Spencer, and a foul by Ung-Han Ben, and Spencer will go the line for 2. Nice job, 2.3 left on the clock. Macau, again, Singapore taking a little bit too much time on the offensive end, and there's getting straight past Desmond O, 5'8", 6'5", goes past 5'8" every time. So opportunity now for the Bears to get to within 6.
Yeah, Dwark Spencer, the Arkansas State product, does a really good job of creating that initial contact and then looking to finish afterwards.
Well, what a final 10 minutes this is going to be from the OCBC Arena. First game, possible 2 out of 3. The next game, April 4th, that will be in Macau. Long shot by Alexander, predictable result. So Singapore, they led by 2 at the end of the first half. They stretch it to 6 at the end of the third quarter. 10 minutes to play here from the OCBC Arena. When we come back, we'll pick it up 74-68 in favor of the Slingers.
And now it's time for Penguin Shootout. Our contestant 3 shots to make. Who do we have here today? With 3 of your beautiful feelings, gentlemen. If you make the shot from the half court, you're going to win 3 bottles. It's over a case of premium brand wine worth $688. Beautiful feeling. Great race in that. Now for 3.9, 3 bottles of pink wine. King of the Jet and a humble. Good, let's go. Philly. And you're going to walk home with 3 balls of peg line worth $201. Give it for Philly once again, ladies and gentlemen. This shootout is brought to you by Penguin.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A fan just won 3 bottles of wine worth $100 and something, so maybe that's a good omen for the Slingers. And we watched some of the third quarter highlights. McKinney, smooth as silk as usual. Now, he's been held to a few points below his norms, and there's Jaron Young after a quiet second quarter, getting back into the swing of things in the third quarter. One-hand runner there by Watkins. There is John Fields. Him and Watkins have been going at it, and there's the play that caused the technical foul, or the flagrant foul. And of course, John Fields missing both of those free throws. Here's Xavier Alexander in a crowd. So 74-68 in favor of the Slingers. They've got 10 more minutes to go. Remember, the winner of this game will take a 1-0 lead, and will go to Macau for game number 2. Game 3, if necessary, we'll be right back here at the OCBC Arena. That'll be next Sunday, same time, same place. Chuck Schreiner and Scott McKinnon, so happy you could join us for this game 1. McKinney inbounding it over to Spencer. They have been the dynamic duo for Macau. Remember, Macau averages 101 points a game. Well, they're not going to get that unless something amazing happens. But downstairs it goes to Watkins. Delvin Go right there on and can't get it to go. But Watkins gets his own rebound up again. Nice block there by Fields. Blocked away again. On the floor, Watkins, still Watkins. Watkins, no give up in him. The little right-handed hook, still off the mark. Delvin Go pulls it down. Opportunity goes by the wayside for Macau. Alexander inside the lane. He thinks better of it, comes back out. Is it to Fields? Fields fires up a 2, in and out it goes. Pushing from behind by Ung Han Bin, I believe. And if it is, that'll be 4 on him. Liu Zihao was pushed from behind, so 4 fouls. We have not seen Larry Liu yet. Let's see if we get him in the game. But Ung hit that one big 3 in the third quarter. Screen there by Watkins on Young. Still Young on Spencer. Whip pass over to the right side to McKinney. Still McKinney, left hand. Oh, gets a separation, falling down. In the process was Alexander, so 74-70. Back come the Slingers. McKinney couldn't believe his luck that time, Scotty. Around the screen. Delvin Go now. Young looking for cutters. Still Young. Bounce pass inside to Delvin Go. And Delvin Go again. Making Swiss cheese out of that back line. Whenever you get Watkins away, that is when Delvin Go does his best work.
And that's that pick and roll again. Delvin rolling hard to the rim, and he knows his strengths. Everything's been at the rim for him for 18 points. So what a job the local veteran's done.
Spencer, double pump fake over the top of Jaron Young for 2. So 76-72. Back comes Alexander. 8:14 to go here in regulation. I say that because these teams are so evenly matched. Over to Ung, who's playing with 4 fouls, remember. Up pops Jaron Young. Now Fields looking downstairs and holding on was McKinney. I think McKinney will get called for the foul, and that will be 3 on Mike.
Nice little high-low action there from Fields to Alexander.
There it is again.
They saw the mismatch down there. Great little pass, and that would have been 1 more for Delvin Go if they hadn't fouled.
Yeah. So caught in that mismatch there was Mike McKinney. So from the baseline, curling around is Young. He falls down. Ball slapped away. Now trapped on the baseline, trying to get rid of it. Nice job. Oh, getting the ball somehow, finding Fields. Fields around Watkins for an easy 2.
John Fields again with the hammer dunk. What a fantastic game he's had. 13 of 17 from the field. Nice cut right through the lane there for the big dunk.
Well, let's see what Watkins is arguing about. I don't see anything that would maybe hanging on the rim. Maybe that's what Watkins is complaining about, but he just straight out hustled Watkins to the spot that time.
Yeah, John Fields has to be a little careful though. If he's double clutching on that rim in most leagues, that's a technical foul. So just great move, a little less emotion. I know that's tough for a guy like John Fields who just thrives off matchups in emotional games like this.
Spencer and company come back. Alexander on him. Watkins way up for the Screen, and off the mark it goes. So 1 and out. Bounce pass from Young over to Alexander. Wide open look. Oh, knocked down. Kick right back outside. Nice job off the ramp pass by Han Bin. Wide open look for Alexander for 3.
What hustle. Xavier Alexander saves the ball. Runs back outside the three-point line. Catch and shoot. Fantastic effort from the Slingers.
Well, talk about making something out of nothing. We thought that was a busted play with a bad pass by but they regroup in a hurry. Spencer now for 3. Yes, nothing but net there.
Great
so
shot.
Right back at you. 6-point lead again for the Slingers, under 7 minutes to go. Young. Fields. Alexander now turning the corner, getting inside, off balance move. Yes, and 1. He will go to the rack.
Xavier Alexander, 17th point, and off balance, coming back to his right hand, and 1. Tremendous move.
Yeah, look at this. And knocking McKinney out of the way in the process. And for Mike McKinney, that's 4 fouls.
Great take by Xavier. And what can you say about him, Chuck, as an individual, but also as a competitor? 17, 10, and 7 today for the, like you like to say, the straw that stirs the drink for Singapore. Just, you cannot ask more of a leader as a competitor and the team's captain.
Well, that's what we talked about before the game. The mismatches, Singapore, if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to take advantage of them because they are all over the court, and Singapore has done a great job here in the second half of doing that. Now back to a 9-point lead, so 3-point play there.
It's interesting, Chuck. You talked about the philosophies and matchups. Macau has conformed to Singapore. They've gone big, and instead of seeing Yu and Leung and King, they've gone with the 2 local bigs, Chan and Liu, and it hasn't been successful so far.
Stepping in the lane again, Euro step to the basket is Xavier Alexander. 11-point lead. Macau will have to call a timeout.
Xavier Alexander goes on his mini 0-7-0 run, and now it's an 11-point game.
Alexander with 20, watch it again. There's Watkins stepping in the passing lane, knocking it away. Alexander, this is why Singapore is #1. Euro step, little finger roll to the basket. My goodness, what skills. Look at that.
What a move by Xavier. What a little 2-minute stretch he had there. 7-0 run himself, getting to the rim, the transition, the defense to offense again. Xavier Alexander has come to play, and he's leading the Slingers right now.
Well, he's going to get a lot of votes for MVP in this league, that is for sure. I know the playoff doesn't count, but Xavier Alexander has not only been doing this all this season, Scotty, he's been doing it since he came into this league. And remember, he's playing out of position. He's playing the point guard position. Of course, on defense, he sort of freelances and goes where he needs to be. Perfect example there. How many times have we seen this season him, along with Jaren Young, putting their hands in where they need to be? Anticipation, all about it. Open court style basketball. Seniors taking it all the way coast to coast. I don't think anybody in the league does it better than those two, Jaren Young and Xavier Alexander, sitting right beside each other.
Yeah, and Fields 27, Young 18, Alexander 20, and I think the unsung hero today, Delvin Go, 9 of 10 from the field, yeah. 18.6 rebounds, just dominating inside today.
We talked about how important the locals are when it comes to playoff basketball time. Don't forget the 3-point contribution by Han Bin, who's now playing with 4 fouls. So trying to talk it over, and you can see the desperation over there, trying to figure out what to do with these matchups. And again, Singapore doing a great job. Now remember, Macau leading the league as far as turnovers, not turning the ball over, only 9.5. That leads the league by almost 2. Alab Pilipinas next at 11.5. But Singapore has been able to force the issue often here in the second half, and that is the reason why they are up 11. Plenty of time, though, for Macau. Get the ball to Spencer. McKinney playing with 4 fouls. Tien steps up. Watkins there for the screen. Back out to Tien. He sizes it up and fires away a 3. No good. Ball knocked away. Run down by Hu. They're going to say it's Macau ball, much to the chagrin of the crowd here at the OCBC Arena. Can't believe that.
I wonder if Macau comes back with their shooters soon. They've gone with Leo and Tien, their bigs, but they're only 6 of 24 from 3 today. And this is a team that made 356 in the regular season. So
McKinney firing away and gets it in 1. Let's see who the foul is going to be. I think it's going to be on Fields. If it is, that'll be 2 on him. So Mike McKinney finding a way, squirming through 3 defenders Remember, he leads the league in scoring, averaging over 27 a game. Last time these two played on March 20, he only had 13, but he's making up for lost time now. Missing it. So 86-77, Slingers up by 9. Alexander, McKinney working on him. You got to be careful. Alexander going straight at him. There's the screen by Fields. Downstairs it goes. Ung Han Bin thought about it, kicks it back outside to Fields. Fields looking for Ung. Ung there, rises, fires for 2. Ung Han Bin, he's got 5. Slingers up by 11 again.
Yeah, Ung Han coming off the ball screen. Love it from Han Bin. Great stuff for his 5th point, like you said.
McKinney through the trees. Finger roll at the end is no good. Jaron Young with it. Slingers 5.5 more minutes to go to take the 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 series. Over the number 6 Macau Black Bears. Back rimming that one is Jaron Young. Back comes McKinney again. Downstairs to Tien. Tien can't get it to fall right into the path of Delvin Go. Ung. Still Ung. Alexander. Alexander will hold it. He'll have on him and Liu Zihao. Zihao back outside to Delvin Go. Delvin Go to Fields. Fields fires away from Threesville. He's going to be off the mark on that one. Going to be saved. See who gets to it first. It is who else? Jaron Young, and hands all over the place, but no foul.
What hustle by the Slingers.
So let's see if they're a little bit more patient with the ball now. Ung Han Bin, still Ung. The little runner off the glass, no good. Stepping in is Delvin Go. So another kick at the can for the Slingers. They'll gladly accept that. John Fields, still Fields, Watkins on him. Fields forces the issue off the glass, up and in. Drop step right around Watkins.
Again, that initial contact, he creates the space with his hip, with the side of his body, then the drop step, and Fields has been at the rim all game after that move.
So under 4, right at 4 minutes to play, 4:03. Oh boy, long 3 by Spencer is going to be way off the mark, and a little bit of desperation there on the part of Macau. Back out to Jaron Young, and so Slingers with that 13-point lead are going to slow it down just a smidgen. Still plenty of time. Alexander in the lane, back outside to Ung Han Bin, who thought about it. Alexander, still Alexander, bullying his way inside. Finger roll, yes! In between 2 defenders, 92-77, Slingers by 15.
22 for Xavier Alexander, almost a triple-double now with 10 assists and 8 rebounds.
McKinney, Watkins from 3, short rim, another rebound by Alexander. Under 3:30 to go. Jaron Young, hesitation move, and he's fouled. He will go the line for a pair. That'll stop the clock at 3:16. Slingers feeling it right now, and that will be on number 25 with the hack, Liu Zihao. So for Liu, that will be 4. So he joins Ung Han Bin, the 2 players with 4 fouls. Check that, McKinney with 4 fouls as well. Well, you don't want to say the air is out of the ball for the Bears yet, Scotty, but suspiciously we've seen teams, I'm not saying they can't come back from 15. They've got tremendous firepower over on that side. But some of the shots, some of the decisions they've taken the last 2 or 3 possessions make you wonder.
Oh, I completely agree with you, Chuck. And it's funny that they've kind of gone away from their strength. Their strength this year has been shooting threes. 365 makes, 70 more than any other team. And positionally, they've kind of tried to match Singapore, and they've taken a few of their shooters out of the game. And so now the help has been there every single time on McKinney, Spencer, and Watkins, and it's made their life real difficult. So you'd like to see them try and play to their strength and not conform to the other team in the matchups of what they're doing.
So you look at points for the Macau Black Bears, as you said before, Scotty, they're getting mammoth production from McKinney with 21, Watkins with 23, and Spencer with 21. But besides that, you've got to go way down the list. I mean, I guess Tian with 7. That would be the only one who's next to it on the other side of the ball. The Slingers, Fields leading all scorers with 29, Young with 18, Alexander 22, and the 18-point performance by Delvin Go. And what about the 5 for Ung Han Bin? And not only there were 5 huge points on the surface. 5 points doesn't seem like much, but the time that they happened were really helpful for the Slingers.
Yeah, that kick out 3 that he hit was a momentum changer because they had just gone down. And for him to hit that and get him back within 1 point, it was a huge shot at a huge moment for them.
A chance to widen the gap even further here for Young and company as the crowd start to do the Mexican wave around the court for the Singapore Slingers. They're sensing something. Nice looking crowd, and it has been the last 3 or 4 games for the Slingers. They've really embraced this ball team. Missing the first of 2, and that is one aspect of the game. The Slingers have not been up to snuff with this game, Scotty. Their free throw shooting has not been good.
9 of 17 now, and you said it. They have to be better than that if they want to continue to progress in this in these playoffs.
So 1 of 2, lead stretched to 16 with 3:15 to go. McKinney, remember playing with those 4 fouls, left-hand dribble, taking on Young. Around one screen, McKinney takes the ball all the way to the house, high off the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Watkins, up and in.
Watkins has really pursued the ball on the offensive end today. 23 points and 14 rebounds. A really good job getting that second jumper, second tip on the offensive rebound.
So under 3 minutes to go. Alexander looking for the screen by Fields. He obliges. Kick back outside to Ung Han Bin. Singapore in no hurry right now. 4 on the shot clock. Got to hurry now. Backup jumper for Alexander is going to be short. The rebound taken by number 25, Liu, and back comes McKinney and company. Spencer lines it up from Threesville, fires away. There's life in him yet. 93-82, and that will prompt Singapore to take a timeout. 2:28 to go. Well, we knew that Macau would have a run in him, so nifty little 5-0 run right now. Spencer lining it up, just enough space with Ung Han Bin running at him to finish it. So 11-point lead, 2:28 to go, Scotty. And for Singapore, they're going to have to play shutdown defense. This Macau team is not a team that's going to go away. And the way they can light up the board, remember, they average over 100 points a game. So I'm sure the coaching staff, MJ, is saying that right now. Guys, this is a team, you get a couple possessions, and before you know it, we can be looking down at a score line that is not conducive to us winning this game. So tough defense. Let's do the things that we said we would do from the outset, and the things that we did from the second half onward. And this has been a night and day, Scotty. This team, Singapore, trailed by as many as 3 with a few minutes on the third period, but since then it's been all Singapore.
Yeah, and the scary thing is for Singapore right now is a team that averages 100 points a game. They can get back in the game really quickly. So great timeout by Neo and Coach Johnson to settle down the Slingers, to make sure that they chase Macau, the Black Bears, off that line, and don't let any of their players, Watkins, McKinney, or Spencer, get an uncontested 3.
McKinney with 4 fouls, so we'll see if they go right at him. Alexander has been trying to, as has Young, but McKinney been holding on. So Slingers will have the ball now and needing a score. That little 5-0 mini run by the Bears. A couple more scores they figure might be enough. So let's see, full court pressure now being applied by Macau. Ball in the hands of Fields. They probably don't want him to have it too long. Down it goes to Russell Lowe, who's just checked into the game for Delvin Go. Alexander. Still Alexander looking for the screen. 7 left on the shot clock. Swarming defense being applied all the way downstairs, and look who's there. What a no-look pass by Jaron Young.
John Fields, his 31st point of the game, 15 of 20 from the field. What an afternoon he's had.
McKinney backup jumper from Threesville, not going to hit it. Watkins there to clean it up, though, and he'll go to the line. That'll stop the clock at 1:50. Foul will go on Russell Lowe.
You can see why Ryan Watkins leads the league in rebounding. His 16th rebound of the day. And just look at him pursue that basketball. Even though Russell Lowe had the box out, he just chased it down, caught it, 2 hands right to his chin right away, and he's going to go to the line.
So Watkins, about a 70% free throw shooter. As we said that Macau, the best free throw shooting team in the league at nearly 77%. Singapore right at 69. They haven't helped their cause much today, though, however, Singapore, and drills that one. Under 2 minutes to play, and Singapore, remember, should they hold on, they will go to Macau on April 4th. That's a Wednesday with that 1-game lead, but that's in doubt still. Oh boy, almost had his pocket pick back to Spencer. Spencer off balance shot, has to kick it way outside to McKinney. McKinney trying to get some separation. There it is on that left-hand side for 3. Yes!
That's the sub right there, Derek King. He steps in and he's a shooter, and now that forces the bigs to come out from away from the rim. That's a great substitution, and a tough shot by Derek King.
Not over yet. 9-point lead by Singapore, and there's your foul. Let's see who that will go on. Spencer, I believe. That will be 2 on him. 4th team foul, so watch it again. Oh, no, I think that might go against number 20, wrapping around Derek King. So for Derek King, that will be his 2nd foul. And that will stop the clock at 1:28. There's your score. It's 95-86 in favor of Singapore.
Derek
So they
King's
still
doing a
got
good
some
job.
work to do.
Doing a really good job of talking down Mike McKinney and keeping him away from the official. And like you said before, Chuck, 3 guys have done all of the work from the Macau Black Bears.
On the offensive end for sure. And again, Singapore continue to struggle from the line. One aspect of their game that has been inconsistent this entire season. 1 of 2, so back up to a 10-point lead, that psychological edge. So very quickly back comes Spencer and company. Spencer around that one screen. Free is Watkins. Watkins will preambulate to the basket for 2. Full court pressure again. Jaron Young with it. Still Jaron Young. There's a foul by Watkins. So that'll be 4 on him. He joins McKinney with 4. So 1:13, and that will stop the clock. Well, the one thing Macau has going for him, a nice little skip pass over there, wasn't it, from Spencer to Watkins, right in front of Jaron Young.
And this is where the foul shooting is going to come in, Chuck. They're in bonus now. They're going to try and stop the clock, Macau. They're 11 of 20 from the day, or for the day. They need to shoot foul shots well right now.
Man, oh man, not a good omen for Singapore, and crowd trying to pick Singapore up when it comes to this foul shooting. But tell you what, this game is not over by any stretch of the imagination, the way that Macau can hit threes. Deathly silence. 97-88, the Bears will call a timeout. So 9-point lead, and you're trying to put a brave face on it if you're MJ. But you've got to execute your free throws, and it's just nervousness, it's the playoff jitters. But that's when you've got to hit those shots, especially when you're playing a team as dangerous as the Macau Black Bears. So Macau calling timeout. No doubt they're going to draw something up from McKinney, who has been good today, but not great, Scotty. He has been, not, you want to say neutralized, but swarming defense by Singapore has at least put him down where he's not, running crazy. Remember, he scored 51 against a lot of Filipinas earlier, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Now he's been held to 21. That's about 6 below his season average.
Yeah, I can credit Jaron Young and Xavier Alexander, the long athletic wings that Singapore have. They've done a really good job on him this year. He hasn't put up the same numbers that he has against other teams. And if you look at the shooting percentage right now for him, he's 8 of 20. And generally, Mike McKinney shoots a really high percentage. Like we said before, 51 from the 2, 41 from the 3, and 87 from the foul line. And he hasn't done that against Singapore because of those long athletic wings bothering him.
Singapore won a game in Macau last week, or on the 20th of March at least, 89-70. So shades of this game. And remember that way back in November, Singapore came away with a 98-88 win. So if it stays true to form, it'll be approximately the same point differential that we've seen this season. But I tell you, hold your breath every time you play this Macau Bears team, because of the fact that they are able to put points on the board like they do. Singapore will not want to foul. They'll want to leave the fouling to the Black Bears. But again, Singapore, as you said, Scotty, is going to have to hit their free throw shots. McKinney. And the ball is knocked away. Let's see if there's a backcourt violation. Who comes up with it? Jaron Young. Lead pass over to Fields. Smartly holds on to it. And they will have to foul. Around the horn it goes to Jaron Young. Back out again to Alexander. 11 on the shot clock. Unhan Bin lines it up. Oh! Off the glass and in. And that will be the dagger. 100-88. And I don't think there's any coming back from this. McKinney will be stymied as he goes towards with the left hand to the rim. The Singapore Slingers, Scotty, are going to get out of here, the winners. And wow, Unhan Bin with 8 points, none more important than that last one to ice the game.
Yeah, and what can you say about him? 3 of 5 from the field now, 8 points. And then we have Delvin Go with 18 and 8. The locals have come to participate and compete, and man, have they done a fantastic job today.
Now let's see who they're going to give this foul to. John Fields is holding his head. Alexander saying, no, it's on me. we'll see. I don't think it really matters at this point.
It depends on how many technicals he has this
let's
year.
see
If this is his 5th, then he'll miss next game. So it can't be a technical on. It can't be more than 5 technicals on a player, else they miss the next game in the ABL.
Does Fields already have 4 during the?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Spencer's nodding his head in agreement with something the officials are saying. So we'll see who it goes on, either Alexander or Fields. But we talked about the expressionism of John Fields. Sometimes he lets his emotions get the best of him, and this might be one of those times. There was really no need to do that with 36.9 seconds to go on the clock. Technical foul, and who's it going to go on? It's going to go on John Fields.
He needs to get away from the official right now. There's nothing, no good can come of this, of him communicating with the official right now.
So, in fact, they might be better served just to get him off the floor, period. So Watkins going over and talking to, let's watch it again. Let's watch Fields. There's the rebound. He gives it to Alexander, and he must have said something to the Macau bench to incite that sort of a response. And Fields might have to go off the floor now.
Coach Johnson doing a really good job of
MJ telling him, look, just get with it. We've got some time left on the clock. Gather yourself, and let's hope that's not the 5th technical foul of the year on John Fields. But it is, as you say, Scotty, he'll have to miss the next game in Macau.
A really good job, like you said, by Coach Johnson there, just to get him away from it, to communicate to him, to calm him down, and that's what you want in a coach, someone to show that kind of composure.
Fields still gesticulating over there. So 100-89. There is the foul shot made by Spencer, so it'll be Macau ball now. Well, Singapore will win this, but let's hope it's not too costly. It will be Singapore ball, actually, so only a 1-shot foul. Alexander to Young, partially blocked over to Desmond O. O to Alexander. He is trapped. Ball on the floor, picked up by Ung Han Bin, fought for and controlled by Hu. Shirts on the floor. Let's see, the possession arrow will go the way of Singapore, I believe, so that will take 13 seconds off the clock. Watch it again, the ball on the floor, and Ung would have been better served just picking it up instead of going on the floor. That's when the melee started. Watkins and Alexander going at it, tooth and nail. So it'll be Singapore ball. 6 on the shot clock, 22.9 to go in the game. Singapore up by 11. They should win this game, but we'll see again what price. Jaron Young, still Young, tries to thread the ball inside to Desmond O to no avail. Ball in the hands of McKinney. McKinney downstairs to Watkins, who rims it in. So 8 seconds to go, 100-91. Jaron Young wrestling free. Wow, the referee's not calling anything. Over to Alexander with 1.7, so 102-91. And Singapore, too bad, a little bit of an ill-tempered game towards the end of the crowd booing. But Singapore will win this. They will go on with the 1-0 lead to Macau. They win it by 11 points. 102-91. It wasn't easy, Scotty, and Singapore didn't pull away till about the last 7 minutes of the game. But when they did, man, oh man, Xavier Alexander showed why he might have a lot of consideration for MVP of this league.
Yeah, Xavier Alexander, 25 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. Jaron Young with 20, Delvin Go with 18, Hanbin with 8, John Fields 15-20 from the field for 31. And the key is the team. That balance that Singapore had today was just very impressive from a team perspective.
Well, slightly subdue this team, and I don't know if they know something that we don't if it comes to the next game. John Fields still talking to his teammates, and hopefully that's not his 5th foul. They definitely don't want to lose him for the next game. On the other side of the ball, great game by Spencer with 25, Watkins with 30, so he matched John Fields, pretty much basket for basket. McKinney a little bit below his normal. So 102-91 in favor of Singapore. They will take the 1-0 lead, and they will take that back to Macau in the driver's seat, at least for the moment. And that means that there will be another game here in Singapore next Sunday. All right, play of the day, going to go Jaron Young. There it is right there. We thought they picked this one, the great steal and the slam with the tomahawk at the other end on Spencer. So play of the game. Watch it again, another look at it. And the finish there by Jaron Young. And the finish also of the game by the Singapore Slingers as they hold on. A little bit of ill-tempered game towards the end. 102-91, they will win it. And let's take a look at the stats today. Another last look at Jaron Young on the play of the day, ladies and gentlemen. So the stats, unofficial, 35 rebounds to 33, a lot closer than I thought it would be. Look at the field goal percentage. Singapore shooting over, well over 60%, and good shooting percentage for, as we might expect, for Macau as well. Turnover 16 and 12, so Singapore get away from some bad free throw shooting and some turnovers, but they really turned on the pressure when they needed to, and they got the turnovers at the critical time.
Yeah, they had the tune of 70 points in the paint today compared to Macau's only 52. That's an 18-point difference, which is a huge factor in this game.
Okay, next game will be in Macau, as we said. That will be on Wednesday, April 4th. If Singapore wins that, that is the end of the story for Macau. If not, we will be back here on the 7th of, or check that, the 8th on Sunday, the 8th of April. And that will be Singapore Slingers against Macau Black Bears, should there need to be a game 3. So for everybody here at the production company, for Scott McKinnon, this is Chuck Schreiner. Final score again, Singapore Slingers 102, Macau